Howdy everyone, we're doing a movie review, or a spoiler-free one. Haven't done one in a while. Tom here, Zort. Doesn't really come with me to the movies. He's a little bit scared of the dark. We're gonna go see the ThunderBolts. I've been hearing some good things from people.
And now, being a hero, there is no higher calling.
I'm kind of curious, so here we are. We're gonna go. It's gonna be my first D-Box movie too, so kind of curious. Haven't done a D-Box screening before. Okay, we're just out of the theater right now from the ThunderBolts, or the New Avengers as they're calling themselves, and I will actually say I really liked this movie. It was unexpected. I was not expecting to like it. I listened to word of mouth from people I trusted and very much enjoyed the film. It was a lot different than what I was expecting.
No, that's just a fairy tale.
And it actually has a good amount of heart to it.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes.
It made me care about characters I didn't really bother to know or care about before. I wasn't a big fan of the Black Widow movie. I never actually watched it.
I should have come back for you.
Didn't watch the Hawkeye show. So Yelena actually came off as a well-rounded character. A little bit too much like angsty girl bossy-ish, but it worked. I wish they would have made Walker a little bit less. They clowned on him a lot, and it seemed like it was the same way during the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. But all in all, I think everyone was kind of represented well. I wish there would be a little bit more of the Sentry in Sentriness. I wanted to see more of what the Sentry could do, the Void is a cool character, and it kind of played on that well. I did not expect to tear up a little bit during this, but I did. So all in all, is Marvel back? I don't know. Was it a good movie? It was good. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I would tell people to go and see it again. But yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know below, comment. But let's break into some of the spoilers, and we'll do that. Oh my God, there's a bug on my hat. Where'd that bug on my hat come from? All right, let's break into a little bit of the spoilers. I think we can talk a little bit of spoilers now that I'm not in public. So the story breaks down to a lot of stuff about sort of regrets and disappointments in people's lives, and a little bit more into psychological things, which I was not expecting from a Marvel film in this way. It's a lot about acceptance and realizing that you're better than what you think you are. And that's a big thing about this movie, is learning that you are more than what they say you are, right? It's about breaking past your own thought of yourself. Each of these characters have some ways the best way I could say it is kind of like Marvel's Suicide Squad in a little bit, because every one of the characters has a defect in some way. And they even say that. They're the defect Avengers in a way. My favorite character standout actually is Robert Reynolds, who is playing Sentry / the Void, who is Louis Pullman, who is Bill Pullman's son, I believe. Now, in terms of the rest of the cast, Florence Pugh as Yelena comes across really well. She is likable. I just think that the writing for her, she's very dry, and I understand that's supposed to be the character. She's supposed to be dry.
Buck, you have the wrong people.
It's just a little bit much at times. So that's one thing that could use some improvement. Her character could be a little bit more fleshed out. I will say Bucky, seeing Sebastian standing there as Bucky again.
We can be the ones that are coming.
I love me some Bucky, and he did a great job. He is 100% like integral part of the film. They didn't give him much to work with though. Like he was trying to do things from a more of a political, like he wanted to go through proper channels, and he is a congressman in this movie. Is Congressman Barnes, which is nice to see. But when he gets back into like Winter Soldier mode during the scene, what you've seen in the trailers with the limo, that is just so.
We have all done bad things.
I wish they would have given him more to do in it. I know he has a good amount of screen time, but it's sort of like one-note screen time, if that makes sense. I will say John Walker, played by Wyatt Russell, right? Kurt Russell's kid. Gotta love the amount of nepotism going on in Hollywood right now.
The past doesn't go away.
There are some lines thrown at John Walker that I don't think were necessary for the movie. I guess they're trying to show that he is flawed, which, fine. But you can tell it's more so that they made it so his aggression and his cockiness comes out as a negative because of the super soldier serum, right? So they wanted to give something to come out as a bad thing for Walker with the super soldier serum. I understand where that's coming from, and I understand that needed to happen to have him have a flaw. Red Guardian's a laugh, man. He is definitely a laugh in this movie. He is played for punchlines. Alexei with his limo. Yes, Elena, we are the Thunderbolts. The fact that they have to use it as the Thunderbolts being like her soccer team, that's kind of just weird. Like, why use the Thunderbolts name that way if you're just gonna make it be, oh, soccer team? Yes, we have this soccer team brought by blah blah blah. Like, come on, man. I do like Alexei. I do like the Red Guardian in this. He's funny. He's there to break tension. So it plays well. Like, you needed to have that character to break tension. I get it. Dewey Dreyfus, whatever. Elaine from Seinfeld is one note, wooden. I think she's supposed to be Madame Hydra. I think she plays Valentina. There's something about saying names over and over again in this. It's like you had to say the names over and over again because no one knows who any of these people are. So everyone has to say the name over and over again. It's also interesting what happened to Taskmaster, who's in for like 5 seconds to just be taken out of the movie. And I'm assuming that might be like them admitting that they messed up by not making Taskmaster who he's supposed to be, and by doing the gender swap. I think. This is me thinking out loud. Possibly that's the case. But it was just like... And the lead up, like, you know, they're all being sent to take each other out, right? Like, that is the main crux of the movie. They're all being sent to take each other out in the beginning. So, U.S. Agent John Walker, Ghost, Taskmaster, and Yelena. And that's where we meet Bob. Yes, Bob. The entire movie, they keep on saying Bob, Bob, Bob. If they start playing a game where you're taking shots when you say Bob, you're going to be in trouble. So you have Bob, right? And, okay, so you have the Bob in the beginning, and you see him, and, like, it's slowly you understanding that there's something up with Bob. And then you get the idea that Bob is more than meets the eye. And you really get that after they come to try and take them from this vault thing, and he gets separated, tries to save the people, right? He tries to save them. The Void can be a bad guy. I understand that. He is fully capable of being a very bad guy, and I get it. but like I feel like you should have had Sentry be Sentry in this movie, and then have another movie where you bring the Void, the concept of that in, because there's a lot of concepts going on in this movie, and it feels jam-packed. I would have loved to seen Bucky's shame room or guilt room, because man, like if Yelena thinks she has issues, man, Bucky's got issues. You know what I mean? Like being the Winter Soldier, all of the regret and loss that Bucky's had, and all of the hardships Bucky's had to deal with, puts the rest of the people in there kind of to shame, right? Like, oh, Yelena's crying. I was in the red room and I had to do bad things, blah, blah, blah. Like, Bucky was mind controlled, brought back from the, like, and now he's a man at a time, and his last connection, Cap, gone. Doesn't have anything to remember Cap from, and I just feel like I would have liked to see some of Bucky's shame room. But let me digress from that for a second. The fight scenes were cool. You could tell there was a lot more practical sets. I almost feel like there was some miniatures used too. There are 2 after credit scenes. One being entirely hilarious, which is Alexei going next to Wheatie Box after he shaves his beard. Why did the Red Guardian get rid of his beard? Like, the beard is part of the Red Guardian, but besides the point. So Alexei gets rid of his beard, and lo and behold, he goes to a Wheatie Box because their team is on the Wheaties box, and there's, the lady doesn't recognize him and puts the Wheaties box back. It's hilarious. It's played for laughs. I don't mind Alexei being played for laughs. But I digress to the next thing. So, and then you have the final after credit scene, which is been leaked online and everything like that. And that is, of course, the Fantastic Four end credit scene where you see the extra-dimensional rocket come in. And that is where it ends up, and that's the end of the movie. Because, Fantastic Four is coming out July, I think. So that's the next movie out. They put Bucky and Sam in an odd place. Yeah. Sam is suing to have the Avengers name, or they're copyrighting. Sam's copywriting the Avengers name, which again, entirely weird premise that has to be a thing. Like, they have to, but they become the new Avengers, which I thought they might have ended up becoming the Dark Avengers at the end. But yes, the Asterix, the new Avengers team, which I honestly like the team up. Ghost has a very unique power set, but they actually all had sonic weapons to counteract it, and so there's that. And even U.S. Agent takes the criticisms that Yelena and Ghost have against his helmet, and starts wearing a beret instead. Like, oh, my helmet. You don't like my helmet. You think the helmet's weird. I'll just wear a beret instead. The fact that that's a thing is kind of funny. Like, he's that about his optics a little bit. I didn't even know he had a wife and a kid from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, but it's also interesting that that's his shame room and not what happened to his friend. I would think they would have at least given the callback to the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, where his buddy gets unalived in the show. Like, that way people have a callback. And I guess they didn't want to pay the actor. I don't know, but like, the fact that you're saying that he's reading his phone, going through a type of depression, and like, it's just, I don't know. I think you could have had a different shame thing than just being like, I failed and stuff like that, and accepting its failure or accepting what happened. They do tease him a lot, especially Yelena and Ghost do tease Walker a lot, which I don't know if it's necessarily meant to, because when you think about it, like in the MCU, he has multiple Medal of Honors. He has jumped on multiple grenades. Like in the MCU universe, like in the cinematic universe, he is not that bad of a person. To give him so much like negative stuff is kind of weird. I do feel like I might be bashing on the movie a little bit. I'm not meaning to bash on the movie. I liked it. I did enjoy it. I teared up a few times because the shame room thing is probably universally understandable and connectable to an audience who doesn't have something that they are not the proudest of, or have something they feel guilty for or regret. It's a very palpable thing to use as a tool. So I get it. And it works really, really well in the movie. There's just some things they couldn't get like the Disney of it out or the Marvel of it out of it fully. But compared to other things I've watched recently from Marvel, this is a positive. It is actually a very competent, well done movie. There is not much that's annoying in it. The characters seem very well written. Robert Reynolds as a Sentry, a very complex character, a very complex story, and showing and highlighting people that have tragedy as how they started. That's Marvel heroes. Marvel heroes are tragic figures. They normally always are. Spider-Man, Hulk, Fantastic Four, all of them have to do with something that is a tragedy. It's not like a glorified thing. And that's heroes in general. They become heroes because of loss. There's not many heroes that are just heroes because they decide to be. There is something that causes that calling, and there's something that causes that need for that journey. I don't know if Marvel's back, but I'm glad I went to go see this. I wasn't thinking I was going to, and I read enough things of people that I know and trust. So as for a review, we'll do Out of Zorts. It's been a while since I've done Out of Zorts, right? And I used to do out of how long of a wait I would wait for a movie. That's another way I used to do the reviews, but we'll give it like 7.5 Zorts out of 10. And as for how long would I wait for this movie, it's like the equivalent of a 35-40 minute wait, I would say. Like if you're waiting for an attraction, I would say it's equivalent to 35-40 minute wait. I would wait that long for it. It's solid. It is a solid like B+, I would say. B+. Yeah, I would say B+. So, did you guys see the movie? Did you stay for the after credit scenes? Tell me what you think in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the parks or outside of a theater, I guess, if there's another thing worth seeing soon. And more Jeep stuff to come. I got a 360 camera and a hood mount for it, so that should be fun. Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Press that like button. Consider becoming a member. And stay foolish, my friends. Bye-bye.